Hello, this is Nikita from Plumsail team, and today we have an interview with Geir Mathisen, a solutions architect from Evidi AS. Evidi AS is a systems integrator working with private and public companies in Scandinavia, and just recently we published an article about Norwegian agriculture, so we want to ask Geir more about what work they do and how they use our products to achieve success. Stay tuned. Dear Geir, it's a pleasure to see
Yeah,
you in
yeah,
person.
nice to see you. So,
We've been in touch for quite
and
a
get a face.
while.
I've seen your name in various dialogues, so
Exactly.
it's good to have a face. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm.
So, Gar, first things first, let me ask you, what do you do? What does your company do? Right? What's your role in the company? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I'm a what you would call a solution architect in a consultancy company in Norway. It's called Evidi,
Hmm.
and previously it used to be called Skill, but there's been some mergers and acquisitions here. So now we are Evidi is a company working in the Nordic area and focused on Microsoft technology, all aspects of Microsoft technology from ERP to CRM. And I work in a department where we're working primarily with the Power platform
Hmm.
and SharePoint and Teams and collaboration spaces. We're working with public and private companies in Norway primarily, and helping them um, uh, improve their collaboration aspects, and all that includes as well addressing various business processes and trying to improve it by using the available technology in the Microsoft platform.
Hmm.
A major part is our SharePoints, of course, with list and document libraries and these kinds of things, and that's where Plumsail come into place.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah.
So, coming to our next question, yes. So, what brought
Yes.
you to Plumsail,
Mm.
right? How did you do things before Plumsail, and what made you discover Plumsail? What made you choose our products for your tasks? Maybe some challenges you had to overcome, right? How was it before, and what is it like now?
I'm not sure actually how I stumbled upon you. I think it was a search for available tools. Is it possible to make all the nice features that Microsoft is providing primarily through the SharePoint platform,
Hmm.
but make it a bit more user friendly?
Hmm. Okay.
Because as you know, Microsoft do a great job on the backend side, but usability and tailorability in order to make the user interfaces adaptable and intuitive for non-technical workers. That has not always been Microsoft's primary focus.
Exactly. Yes.
And that's where Plumsail come into play. So uh, I found that the tools you made available were great at really building upon what was already good from Microsoft side, both in the usability, user interface side, and also improving the Power Automate
Hmm.
flow action. So I've used to have done a lot as well to do a lot of the stuff that where Microsoft did not have in the core platform, especially on the user interface side, because the usability is a big issue when providing presenting SharePoint solutions to end users that are non-technical and are not so concerned with all the buts and the knots in the SharePoint interfaces.
Exactly.
They need
Yes.
an intuitive interface which provides them with the information that they need and it can reflect to and in a language that they understand, which is their business language, and not necessarily the technical field names and things like that.
Exactly, exactly. So I understand what you are talking
Mm.
about. Yes, but maybe we can give some specific examples, some projects being worked on or worked on in the past, right?
Mm.
Yes. So, how did you use our tools, and what did you do to make it more user friendly? What projects have you worked on? Maybe some examples of workflow, how it was set up, right? So we've been working for a while. Want some more examples for our viewers?
Yes. I would say it falls general into a couple of categories. It falls into document management,
Mm-hmm.
and in document management, it's not only saving documents, but it's more about handling structural formal documents
Mm-hmm.
like contracts. And contracts is not necessarily just one document. It's a main document with additional documents on the side which are related and need to be presented in a common context, like a case management system. And in that respect, I've used Plumsail Forms to really tie a lot of information together to make like a contract container containing main documents,
Mm-hmm.
additional documents, emails, and things like that, and also added on like tasks and other information related to the contract management.
All right. Yeah. That.
And we use
Mm-hmm.
all the relational. Yeah. Mm.
So that sounds really good. Maybe we can give some specific example, right, where it was
Yeah.
used.
Yeah, I could. I don't have it, and so but I could send you something
Mm,
maybe later.
yes.
Just make
Okay. Yes. So
proceed with
something we could add to
just
illustrate the point. Let's see.
yeah.
What about some recent
Sure.
examples, right?
Yeah,
The case study that we worked on for Norwegian agriculture. So it's an article we have written, and we'll link it in the description to this video. So can you tell us more about it?
yeah. There's a customer in Norway dealing with a lot of advisors in the agriculture area. So they have a lot of people all around Norway, which are really advisors to local farmers in Norway in all various aspects. And they do a lot of consultancy, but they also like have an agreement for reporting a lot of stuff. So we have used Plumsail's forms for like reporting applications where they can have an easy interface in their mobile phone or in their laptops, reporting from the field where we track information back to lists in SharePoint and do some Power Automate stuff to automate it and report on it in the backend side. What we're dealing with in this last project, which we are working on now,
Mm,
is like a self-service for IT, the IT department.
mhm,
Because the situation here is that they have not a big, they have one or two guys on the IT organization for the whole organization. So they're very concerned in providing self-service for where local managers can register new employees, for example, and get them assigned, approved, and registered in the system. So we made based on SharePoint content lists and Plumsail forms. We made a very intuitive interface that where you can order a new employee information. You can do everything from or register new employees, connect them to valid departments, to valid offices, give their roles, all these things that need to be assigned to various back office systems. And then,
So, Geir, do you know how was the system working for them before you've implemented Plumsail forms? And
yes,
yes, so what did they
and
do? How was it all connected?
uh,
How was it working?
before they sent an email to someone in the IT,
Mm-hmm.
and the IT guys created a user in the Entra ID
Mm-hmm.
system, They sent another email to the HR department. They made a register in the HR system and the salary system. So they have a lot of various systems which was handled asynchronously
Mm-hmm.
by various people. And typically, you would get a flavor for texts in the various systems, which weren't necessarily consistent. So they had a lot of different names for departments, for example. They had a lot of different names for titles, and it didn't really tie together.
Mm-hmm.
So now, by using Plumsail forms, we can get a consistent information because we use lookup lists. We can make fields dependent on each other. So you select the region and you get the departments and the offices related to that region. So you make sure we have the same consistent information. And then we just run some tasks in the background and we create the users. They can edit, they can change departments, and we just make sure all the backend stuff is consistent across various applications, from Entra ID to the HR system to SuperOffice, which is a CRM system, and various systems. So now it's all tied together through an
All right.
intuitive
So,
interface.
from
Mm,
my understanding, you've
yeah.
also used Plumsail HelpDesk in this project, right? How was it used? What was the main use case, and what were the results of
Yeah,
using Plumsail
that
HelpDesk
was
as
a
well?
side project because they needed, as I said, the situation. They are just two guys, and they do not want to have all user questions from all the organization. So we found that the Plumsail Help Desk product was a very easy way to use the platform they were already using with SharePoints and the common interfaces there, and to get just intuitive, down to earth way of doing case management. So what we've done there is we just used the base product, done some small configuration, and created a lot of tags to indicate the various disciplines within the organization. And these are like agricultural disciplines as well. So you have a potato farmer, which needs some issues. You have the grain farmers to have other things. If you have lots of course, on top of that, you have all the IT disciplines with the systems. So people are just reporting cases through just filling out some text. They need to inform, put on a tag on what this is about, and we automatically assign that to the responsible people that has the knowledge to deal with that case.
Mm-hmm.
That has worked really well for them. So, and with a big relief on the IT guys, which now automatically assigns issues to the people that actually can respond to them.
So, what do you
So,
think here about the data analysis? Like, how much easier now is it to analyze all the data now that it's all in one system, as
yeah,
opposed to multiple systems? So it's synced like asynchronously. And right now, it's all in one place. Do you do anything to analyze the data and provide some reports based on that?
we
Right?
use
What
Power
is?
BI on the side. So, in
Mhm.
some aspects, of course, we collect information from lists from SharePoint information, and we present it through the Power BI interface. So it's very easy when you have it all tied together in one platform, and we use the common tools and the whole common data stores. Um,
Exactly,
that's
exactly what I want to ask, because it's so much easier to actually analyze data when it's all integrated. Now, Gary, one last question is: can you tell us more about your experience with Plumsail team, Plumsail support? What do you think? What do you think about the speed of replies, the quality of replies? Want to hear your feedback overall.
that's been one of the great advantages with working with Plumsail.
Hmm.
You are not a huge company. I'm not sure actually how many you are, but you are.
Yes, not many
Yeah.
at all. Yes.
Uh, and you are very responsive. You have an excellent is, channel really through the support and through the also direct communication through both sales and support. And myself, I'm not really a hardcore developer. I'm more like a general tech guy, so I can do some small codes or something, but I'm not really deep into heavy customizations through code. But of course, you will come into the situation where the standard product does not really have all the rules available. So a lot of times I've been asking Plumsail for help in how can I address this issue? How can I do this customization? How can I make this thing happen? And you are very responsive. I get in just a day or two, I typically get code samples back, which in most cases help solve the problem. So I would say you are world class in support and customer response. And it's not just some will hand it over to some second line, third line colleague who can help you. You are just responding very fast and very accurate. Actually, you take the time to understand and dig into the issue and really find a solution for it. So thumbs up for Plum Sales Support. That's been a big help in many situations where you start to sit
Right.
in the actual
Thank
customer
you. Thank you for
issues.
your kind
Mhm.
words, Geir. Thank you for the interview as well. It was a pleasure talking to you today. We'll stay in touch via the support email. And for all the viewers, please check out the article we published on our site where we talk more about the project that we work together with Geir on. And I think this will be it for today. Thank you, Geir. It was a great pleasure talking to you.